Hey guys, let's go to the doghouse. Nice day out today. It's awful slippery here. The temperature's gone up to +5 today. That's in Canada temperature. US temperature is probably plus, I don't know, 28 or something like that. Or not 30. 32 is 0. So I guess it'd be about 45, 42 degrees in US temperature. But anyway, here in the doghouse, it's warming up. It's, where we go? Yeah, it's 51 degrees. It's not bad. Keep moving. And that's not in front of the furnace. In front of the furnace, it's a little warmer. Yeah, so anyway, check out my plasma cutter that I got about 2 months ago. I haven't done anything with it. Okay guys, let's unbox the plasma cutter I got, what, a month and a half ago, that I haven't taken out of the box yet. I took a peek at it, but that's all I did. Just peeked at it. I never pulled it out to see what it was like. Anyway, this particular model here that I got works on 110 and 220. The reason I got that is just because different applications really doesn't call for 220, even though 220 is better. But if say I have to bring it someplace and all there is a 110 outlet, I can use a 110 outlet. And anyway, it looks like a good model. It had lots of good reviews. I like because it's got everything on the front. It's got the air pressure gauge on the front. It's got the current display on the front here. It's got the lights to tell me whether the power's on or off. You never know, just at a glance. Too hot, a little amber light come on to tell me. And I got my settings here from 10 amp to 50 amps. And I got my air delay. I think that's what this here is. So I can set it from up to 6 seconds. So as I turn this, what this here does, it allows the air to keep on blowing out my gun after I make a cut, just to cool the parts down. Anyway, I'm going to set this here up and see how it works. Anyway, I got the air in here, on off. I wish the on off would be at the front, but anyway, it is what it is. It's a nice long whip anyway. The whip's got to be, well, I'm reaching as high as I can, and it's double right now. So I'm reaching up 7, 14, it's got to be 15 feet long. That's good. Here's my 110, 240 or 220 converter plug. My air regulator and air dryer. I didn't know that came with it. My ground cable. Yeah, that's just, it's nice. It's got a good grip to it. I guess I'll have to read some instructions. There's English, yeah. I might be able to figure this out. Anyway, we'll do some reading and see what we can figure out here. Okay, I took a little break from doing this here, getting up my plasma cutter set up. Anyway, I'm going to hook up the air regulator on the back of this machine. So it's here, it's long enough where it won't get a kink. Just make sure that it's not. If it does kink, well then it's not going to work. This hose here goes to the pressure gauges on the front. This is the air line that feeds your gun. So give me a sec, I'll cut that off. Millimeter goes there.
Looks like I think there's somebody
And
getting on or off
that
the
goes
place
here.
for LAX. They've got their
Put your
earbuds in. They're
hose
listening
clamp
to the
on.
house on the SXM app. Just
Otherwise, I'd have to drive into town and buy another clamp. Long ways to go just for a 20-cent clamp. Especially gas. Here in Ontario, filled up this morning with gas. It was almost $7 a gallon. $6. I think it was $6.93 a gallon. It's a lot of money. So I got a parcel from Amazon. I ordered a 220 plug. I like this kind here because you know how hard it is to unplug these here. What I got this one here. That way you can get a good hold on it. Pull it out. I find with the other ones you're fighting with it a wee bit. Here we got this here that works good. Alrighty, we got everything all hooked up. Everything seems to be alright so far. It hasn't blown up or nothing. I set my air gauge to about 80 pounds. That should be good enough for now. And what I've done, I've selected some common stuff that I'm going to be using, or I might be using. I got some 20 gauge. That's stuff I'd normally be using. That's what I got for doing sheet metal anyway. That'd be good enough. We'll see what it does through that. And I've got a little bit heavier stuff, 14 gauge. And then we got some 9 gauge. This stuff here, I don't know what kind of stuff. It's just steel. And then I got this angle, a 3/16, 5/16 spring steel. So we'll see how these here fare out. Got my gloves, got my glasses. I'm not too sure how bright this is going to be. See some guys using safety glasses, some guys just regular glass. But anyway, I'll do what I want to do and make adjustments for there. So there. Now I use a stick as a guide. I noticed that Wayland Wire, that's what he does. He uses a guide of whatever he gets his hands on. And his cousin Rat Rod Bob also uses a guide. So anyway, let's see what it'll do. guess that was my fault, but went way too fast. Remember, I'm a new lad at this here, so anyway, try it again. Oh, that cut pretty slick. I'm happy with that. Didn't go all that great tonight. Try this 14 gauge. I like this here that has the trigger. It's got a flipper flopper over top so you don't accidentally pull the trigger. Then I also have this guide, I guess you call it here, so that you don't get too close. So anyway, let's try the 14 gauge. Still a little bit light. I guess 20 ounces is not enough. I've got 30 ounce. Yeah, here's what I did. This is when I cut the what is this here? 14 gauge. 14 gauge. This is when I went like 20 amps. Plus I was going a little bit too fast. And here I did it again when I went a little bit. This is when I went to 30 amps. I didn't think I cut through, but I did. Ow! You see, I cut through all the way except right at the very tip, where I started and where I stopped. That was the one place I didn't cut through. Yeah, so anyway, it'll cut the 14 gauge. No problem. So we'll step her up to 11 gauge and see how that works. Yeah, it cut through, but again, it was my fault. Yeah, I guess if I knew what I was doing, we cut that. That's 11 gauge, 30 amps, 80 pound pressure. So, let's just try this 3/16. We'll try going this way, I guess. Nope. Probably me. I'll try it again. No, won't touch 3/16. Probably need more amperage for 3/16. To the heck of it, I'm going to try the 5/16 steel here. I'm going to jack this up to 40 amps. Didn't like that at all. It's easy enough enough to use, I guess. I just need practice. But I'm gonna try this piece of vinyl again, 3/16. No sense trying the 5/16. Spruce steel, 'cause I'm not going to touch it. It's blue breaker. That's because I have it hooked to 110. 110 at 40 amps. Yeah, probably only got a 30 amp breaker. I think that's all I got in my receptacles, 30 amps. So anyway, I'm happy with what I can do. The main thing is to cut the body steel, 14 gauge, 11 gauge, no problem whatsoever. Once I get my other breaker in, because I'm going to be putting in a 60 amp breaker for the plasma cutter, then that should be good. So anyway, guys, I'm happy with it. As long as I'm happy, that's all that counts, because I'm the one that bought it, and I'm the one going to be using it. Maybe Keith will be using it, I don't know, but anyway, I like it. Would save a lot of grinding, that's for sure. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging around. We'll catch you next one. Bye now. Keep on wrenching. Right, Dan? Bye now.